Hey there, it's Steve from Serious Keto, and this is the Not So Serious Keto video podcast, almost my birthday edition. I'm going to start by talking about product reviews just for a minute. I know I've talked about this before, but I come up with more stuff, so that's what we're going to talk about. First off, I had mentioned in a previous podcast that some people took exception with my review of Keto Brick, and were pretty upset. You know who wasn't upset, though? Robert Sykes, the creator and owner of Keto Brick. He was super duper cool about it. How cool, you may be asking? So cool that he invited me to be on his Keto Savage podcast. We recorded this last Monday, or from your perspective, last Monday, and we really hit it off. I mean, borderline bromance, I think, unless I completely misjudged it. But I see why he has so many fans within the keto community, within the bodybuilding community. He is just a tremendously nice guy, a genuine and warm human being, and it kind of made me feel bad that I didn't enjoy the keto bricks so much. However, he sent me some more, and I really kind of starting to like them. So I don't know if it was just the flavors that I got or if it was the age of the bars. Robert said that just looking at the bars on the video that I did, that it looked like they had melted and then re-solidified, and that could have changed the composition a little bit. But I'm definitely going to give the Keto Brick another shot, and if I change my mind, I will do another review. Speaking of reviews, I am currently working on another really big bread review. I know I just did the Extraordinary Bites last week. I actually recorded that, I think, a month ago. And I'm currently recording another really big one, and it's probably going to be my last really big review like this. I mean, I'll still do periodic bread reviews or, whatever sort of grocery keto products, tortillas, just because, there's always new ones being released, and I want to be able to warn people if they are in fact bad, which most of them are, in terms of at least spiking glucose or knocking a person out of ketosis. But I think the days of me doing reviews where it's like 7 different tortillas or 7 different breads, buns, whatever, those are going to end with this video that I'm doing currently. I just finished recording it yesterday, 2 days ago, and I feel so much better. Like, you don't realize, I say this all the time, you don't realize how crummy you feel not on keto until you go on keto. And then it's eye-opening. And while none of these breads knocked me out of ketosis, they all caused a decent rise in blood glucose. And I think there's some ingredients in there that just didn't sit all that well with me. And like I said, I felt sort of lethargic and moody and just not good. So now I'm 2 days away from that and I'm feeling much, much better. But it's a reminder to me that I can, but I'm not going to continue to subject myself to these super duper big, long, multi-product reviews. And I realize I may have said that in the past, but this time I mean it. And along those lines, I want to talk a little bit more about grocery store keto. I've got a little bit of a conspiracy theory that's starting to bubble up in my brain. You've got all of these food manufacturers now making these keto branded products, keto friendly or straight up keto labeled. And I found that the majority of them in my testing are not. So what's going on? It could be that these big companies they see a market and they want to get into that market. But then there's the conspiracy theory part of me that makes me wonder, is it intentional that they are labeling products as keto, which inhibit our keto journey, which will knock us out of ketosis, which will spike our blood glucose, which will cause us inflammation, and potentially make us doubt whether keto works or not. So bear with me on this just for a second. Hear me out. If you are part of the big sugar industry or big wheat industry, and you want to protect that segment that you own of the grocery store, which is pretty much the entire nutritional wasteland between, you've got around the outside, you've got produce and meat and dairy, and then the inside, which is largely trash. And with a little bit of research, I found out that the vast, vast majority of all of this stuff is created by 10 manufacturers. And I'll show you a little graphic of that in a moment. But I couldn't help but wonder if I were one of these big companies and I wanted to sabotage keto. I wanted to make it look like keto doesn't work. Would I create a product and label it keto that I know is not going to be effective for people on keto? It's going to knock them out of ketosis. It's going to spike their blood glucose. It's going to cause them inflammation. It's going to basically be a roadblock on their keto goals. And the reason I have this sort of suspicion is I get so many comments from viewers who they say, oh, keto just isn't working for me. And I drill down a little bit and I find out, oh, they're buying this keto bread or they're buying these keto tortillas or whatever it is. Like Mission, for example, the Mission low carb or keto tortillas, I forget their moniker for it. I've had so many viewers tell me, oh yeah, I was eating these once, twice a day. I'd make a breakfast burrito. I'd have them with dinner. And my keto was stalled. I wasn't losing any weight. I wasn't feeling good. And then I got to thinking about the people that maybe are keto curious. They're trying to start their keto journey. They don't necessarily know about blood glucose testing or ketone testing. They don't watch this channel or maybe some of the other channels that expose some of these bogus keto products. And they're going out, they're spending money, trying keto, and it fails them, and they say, keto doesn't work. And they tell everybody, I tried keto, and keto doesn't work. I don't know. If you think about it, that's a pretty great strategy if you're big food. So let's take a look at big food. Now, this particular graphic came from the Oxfam website. The article was not about keto, but I will link to that article in case you want to, download the pictures, zoom in on it a little bit more, because I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it here. But as we look at the big manufacturers, Nestle, PepsiCo, Coca-Cola, Unilever, Mars, Mondelez, formerly Kraft. You look at some of these, Kellogg's, just look at all of these logos. It's pretty much the antithesis of keto. It is just sugar and grain all over the place. I mean, outside of water and potentially an energy drink, I question if I can find anything on here that would fit into a keto lifestyle. And it got me thinking, it would be really cool if there were some sort of a phone app or something where you could either just enter the name of a product or a company and see who it eventually rolls up under, whether that's Coca-Cola or PepsiCo or General Mills or whomever. It would be really kind of interesting to see. So I'd be curious to know what you think. Am I just a nut here? Am I crazy thinking that, maybe some of this is intentional, that they're trying to sabotage keto? Or do they just want to make some money and they see keto as a space where people will spend a little bit extra for some keto product, whether it works or not? Let me know down in the comments below. In terms of upcoming content on the channel, one of the things that's definitely going to happen very soon is another co-podcast with me and Dennis from Black Tie Kitchen. He and I were talking this weekend. He's in the process of moving, and that's kind of affected his channel a little bit and the content that he's producing. But I would love to get him back on and have another conversation, kind of get you updated. And, he and I talk pretty regularly. And there's lots of times we've thought, we should just record the two of us talking and publish it. So it'll be more of a co-podcast than our previous videos where there were interviews. And he and I have joked about doing some official type videos together, like cooking videos. The problem is he was down in Tampa and he's moving to Georgia. I'm in Wisconsin, so we're quite a ways away. But who knows, maybe at some point this year we can work out something where one of us visits the other and we do an actual in-person video together. That would be a lot of fun. But we've also joked about recording videos without audio. Each of us would record a video, a cooking video, without audio, and then the other person would overdub it for them. Kind of like watching Kung Fu Theater or something like that. We thought that might be funny. I don't know, maybe it's just immature, but it is what it is. The other thing we've talked about doing, sort of in the spirit of the show Chopped, rather than supply each other with 3 food items that we need to make a recipe out of, we would each go out and find 3 pieces of stock footage that the other person needed to somehow incorporate into his video. Again, I don't know if this would be funny or just stupid, but it's something we've batted around. On the subject of co-podcasts or interviews, probably the next person after Dennis that I would really like to have on the show is Glenn, aka Papa G, Papa G's Low Carb. I think the world of him, and I don't know if he wants to be seen, since all of his videos are just his hands and his wonderful voice, if he's interested in being on camera. But if he is, I would love to have him on the show, have him talk about what keto's been like for him, and he's got a fairly large and very good-looking family. Some good genes there. Whether they're doing keto, how they participate in his lifestyle, etc., I think that would be a lot of fun to have him on. And then a couple of other big things for this week, since it is my 55th birthday coming up on Friday. We're going to be doing some giveaways. I think I may do one tomorrow. Well, I should probably say the date, Tuesday, because if you're not watching this on Monday, then tomorrow could be any day, right? So on Tuesday, I'm probably going to do a giveaway video, a collection of keto goods from my personal stash. Wednesday is a review video. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. And then Friday is going to be the big birthday video in terms of deals, giveaway, etc. Actually, I don't know that there is an etc. There's going to be some giveaways and a lot of deals that my affiliate marketing partners have agreed to do for my birthday. So it's my birthday, but it's my gift to you. So make sure you stick around for that or come back. You don't need to actually stick around. You don't need to sit wherever you're sitting watching this channel nonstop till Friday. But if you did, I wouldn't have an issue with that. Instead, maybe just remind yourself to come back on Friday for that video. For the final segment of this podcast, I'm going to share some pictures of me from years past. So if you're listening to this as an actual podcast instead of watching, get home or wherever you need to go to watch the actual video so that you can see these pictures. And the reason I'm showing these is I want people to understand, especially people that are new to the channel, that I spent a big chunk of my life overweight or obese. It wasn't like I just got fat for a before picture so that then I could take a good looking after picture. I have got years, decades worth of before pictures. And I was only willing to go back in time so far, but here's a picture from age 39. And you can see I'm, carrying a fair bit of fat already. And I don't know what Connor's doing right there. Then here I am a year later playing with the kids in one of these little Intex inflatable pool things. Again, not looking any skinnier. Next is me at age 41, and this was a pretty common pose for me. Just laying around and tired and not very healthy looking. Speaking of not healthy, here's me drinking beer at age 44. And beer belly, for sure, lives up to its name. Age 47, on the beach. I'm surprised no one thought I was a whale and tried to push me back in. Once I hit 48, I quit going shirtless. Out on the beach, at pools, anything like that. I would wear a swim shirt or like this, a tank top. I was so embarrassed at how I looked, of my man boobs, of my big belly, hence the tank top. And the final picture is me with my wife, Terry. This is probably 6 weeks before I started making the lifestyle change. This would have been a wine tasting we went to on our anniversary in October, and I really kind of had my epiphany right after Thanksgiving of that year at age 50. So this is probably one of the last pictures of me before I started making my transformation. I was somewhere north of 230 pounds at this point. I had quit weighing myself just because once I saw 230 on the scale, I didn't want to see a bigger number. I'm not sure how heavy I eventually got up to. I kind of regret not finding that out. And then here I am now. In fact, here's the promo pic that Courtney took of me to give to Robert Sykes to use on his Keto Savage podcast thumbnail. So it's pretty cool what keto can do. The fact that I look and feel so much better than I have in 15 or more years. And if you are early on in your keto journey, I hope that this serves as an inspiration for you. I'm nothing special. I'm just a guy. I don't have like great genes. I wasn't an athlete in high school or college or anything like that. I'm just a normal schmo who did keto and turned his life around. And you can too. So I think that is going to be it for this podcast. Like I said, probably going to do a giveaway video tomorrow. And the big sales and giveaways come on Friday. So come on back. Thanks for listening, and thanks for watching.